Today I'll be taking you to the regions of Brittany and Pays de la Loire to discover two enchanting cities steeped in history, where as you wander the back streets the centuries unfold, places with a strong arts culture and culinary delights.
In Nantes, you can take a remarkable journey through time and culture, as each area of the city actually represents a different century and its history. Le Bouffay is the medieval quarter home to the castle, which takes us a little further forward into the 18th century. Then we come to the Place Royale, which was also rebuilt, and then a little further on into the 19th century with the Place Gralin, the shopping quarter and the Opera House. You can take a short stroll over to the Ile de Versailles across the once industrial and now modern Nantes, which has been rebuilt with contemporary architecture. The law courts designed by Jean Nouvel and the School of Architecture by Lacaton Vassal are both part of a fascinating succession of buildings which constitute the new Nantes and new town centre. In Rennes, you pass unmistakably from one century to another, setting off from the town hall square in the 18th century. We come to medieval times and then the 19th century. In just the blink of an eye, there are 3 or 4 centuries of architecture for you to admire. Rennes is bursting with architectural gems, the Parliament of Brittany being without doubt the most emblematic building of all. It's very famous and became even more so recently in '94 when it burned down. However, the building dates from the 17th century, from before the fire of 1720, which gives Rennes the unusual feature of having 18th century architecture in the centre and medieval buildings around the edges.
In both Nantes and Rennes, this heritage combines wonderfully with a culture for the arts.
We've created major festivals and extraordinary venues such as the Lieu Unique, which is a national theatre venue and a very unusual place with a large bar and restaurant and even Turkish baths in the basement. It was built in the former Lou factory where biscuits were once made. In the 19th century, Lou stood for Lefebvre Utile, the brand owner's names. Now it stands for Lieu Unique. So Nantes is a city which is constantly evolving to keep pace with its distinctive cultural and artistic inventions, such as its elephant, a truly amazing creation. Back in 2007, we created a Biennale of contemporary art. We get major artists of international renown, like Daniel Buren, to create works based on the Loire estuary, all the way along the 60 kilometers of its banks, and to create them in situ. And so here you have a place with historic, enchanting and nostalgic dimensions, as well as an extremely contemporary side. Nowadays, Nantes is a creative city. Here in Rennes, art, heritage and architecture make for a wonderful blend. Among the projects realized here, the Parmigiani Fountain, the Wall of Water and the Art Deco swimming pool by Odorico. In fact, one of France's highly renowned architects, Roland Simounet, took inspiration from the bands of granite of one of the buildings in the Place des Lys. He told me he recreated these bands on one of the contemporary buildings that he built. And more recently, around the Esplanade Charles de Gaulle, with the Champs Libres building and cinemas, both by Ports-en-Part, we've created the landmarks of the 21st century.
While contemporary arts hold an important place, we mustn't forget that in Brittany, the love of good food comes before all else.
In Nantes, fine dining is important to us, but above all, this is a region with incredible produce. We have everything from fruits and vegetables to seafood. We have wine with our muscadet, and that's what is really special about our region. As a result, we also have our own culinary traditions, with recipes like brill in white butter sauce and oysters, not forgetting that Nantes also played a role in the cocoa trade, hence the presence of major chocolatiers in Nantes. The city has an exotic dimension to it. Rennes' unique feature is the Marché des Lys, the second largest food market in France. The variety and contrast of the architectural features around the square, half-timbered buildings, stone and metal work, give the place a very special atmosphere. I think the bright colors are also a part of this contrast. And then you have the remarkable range of regional produce which adds to the very special atmosphere amid this architectural diversity which differs enormously from the center of town and Parliament with its 18th century square and extremely ordered nature. In Rennes, we also have the Festival Gourmand Food Festival, because enjoying the town is not only about wandering its streets and admiring its architecture, it's also about being able to enjoy good food and drink. This food festival brings together highly renowned chefs as well as promoting much more simple regional produce such as crepes. In fact, nowadays there is a whole new trend in creperies, and you might even wonder what has become of the crepe itself with all the ingredients that now come with it.
While Rennes and Nantes have succeeded in developing their traditions over time, whether in the arts or gastronomy, both cities have also managed to protect their environment and their future. Nantes has been elected European Green Capital for 2013. As for me, my wander comes to its end in Rennes' Tabour Park, designed in 1867 by the landscape artist Denis Bouler, and stretching out over 10 hectares. And that was another wonderful wander in France.